It's up to you.
So, good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the membership committee and why membership committees are so important for the BNI chapters. So they're very important to ensure that the chapter runs efficiently. This is partly the whole chapter's responsibility, but the membership committee really has set goals that actually achieve this. So from the early days in BNI, despite the fact that our lovely Ivan Meisner was still running all of the overall operations, there were still challenges within the chapter levels, and by then there was quite a few chapters that really needed to be handled by the chapter. People were still going to him with, oh, this member's doing this, and what do I do? And he said, go to your membership committee. That's why it was actually established in the first place. And so what the general idea about that is that there may be very many levels of directorship and that sort of thing in BNI, but really there are some things that really can only be dealt by the chapter and by the membership committee, because you are the ones who know the chapter the best and know the individuals the best. So for those who actually may not appreciate what the membership committee actually does and what they're responsible for, I've just left the membership committee, and man, it is a great job and very rewarding because you sort of can help shape the chapter, but there's a lot of work put into it. So really make sure you thank your membership committee regularly for this. So firstly, they report to the chapter on a weekly basis or a bi-monthly basis about open categories and people that we're looking for to join the chapter. They also look at BNI policies and which members need to be reminded about these policies, and they can sometimes will do general policy announcements within the group. It's important that when this happens, they're not only explaining what the policies are, but actually why those policies in place. And the reason that this is done is because some members might think, oh, this policy is trivial and I don't really know why it's there, and it's meaningless and I'm not going to follow it. So this actually explains why things are in place, and all the BNI policies have been tried and tested and they're there for a reason. So this is why sometimes people are prompted again. The membership committee also looks at providing quality assurance for the chapter. They do this by regularly monitoring CAT scores with detail on attendance, referrals, thank you for closed business, and one-to-ones. They also coach the members on participation. So if you're contacted by the membership committee because one of those matters arises, just be assured that it's not to have a go. It's just to be assured that you get the most out of your membership and that you can also give the most to the group by participating actively. If you're having any trouble in a particular area, one of your numbers in one area is down and all the rest are up, just ask for help, because there are mechanisms in place for that coaching to be available for you. One very important thing is that they check that the referrals are genuine and make sure that people are actually responding to those referrals in a quick manner. So if you know that you're referring to someone and they're not following up those referrals, and you've got clients calling saying, I haven't heard from them, speak to that member first. And if you can't get anywhere, then go and speak to the membership committee. They also review, and very importantly, they scrutinize all new membership applications and transfer applications. They also look at all of the references and they manage the category clashes. So this process is the time-consuming part. They have to confirm all contact information. They have to review the details of the application. They have to look at re-interviewing some candidates sometimes when things don't quite match up. They have to interview the referees, the references, and then they have to also put it out to the group for any potential clashes. And if someone's group and someone's category does clash with that person, then they have to sort of manage that and decide whether there actually is a clash or whether it's just a perceived clash. And sometimes that needs to be clarified with members as well. So one issue that comes up a lot in BNI is some members trying to join the group, but then other members currently in the group trying to block the application because there's a perceived category clash, whereas it's just sort of something that they generally do in their business, but not necessarily their category. There is a fine balance that the membership committee have to keep, which is bringing in new members and building the membership of the group, getting those numbers up, but also only taking those members who they believe will be a good fit for the chapter and can actually contribute meaningfully, and someone that the group can actually contribute to in return. They also enforce the non-discrimination policy, no harassment policy, and a big one is addressing complaints and disputes between members and dealing with conflict in the chapter. But Before going to the membership committee, it's really important that you first speak directly with the member if you have a grievance with someone. So if it's a complaint for a client you referred or a dispute or something else that's happened, it's courtesy to, and it's actually also BNI policy to first go and speak directly to that member. Always speak to someone before you speak about them. And really, I think, to put it frankly, is we're not in high school and there's a certain level of professionalism that's required. And I don't think anyone in the group should be shying away from what is potentially going to be either a minor misunderstanding or a minor conflict, which can potentially just resolve the issue and everything will be rosies again. So if you can't resolve the dispute, then you can go to the membership committee and ask for assistance. Try and avoid petty disputes with fellow members. So just remember that there's two reasons why BNI exists. The purpose is to generate referrals, keep your eye on the ball. Little things that pop up in the group, especially in a group of 30 very different people, there will be things that can seem crazy to one person or something like that. Try and put those things aside and focus on the referrals. So having these little petty quabbles can actually be very negative in the group, and it can be felt by visitors sometimes. The other thing is just to give each other grace, especially in this time. Everyone's got something going on that you don't know about, and people make mistakes. So if it's something that's really serious, yes, it should be dealt with by the membership committee, but otherwise it's just, let's all just be adults and move on with it. And also just really support each other, which is one of the reasons why we're all in this group, is we've got this support base and this referral base. And for those long-term members who have known each other for a long time, this works really great. And even with the newer members, it works really great. The rules are there for accountability, and without the accountability, we'll just be a social club, and no one wants that. They're really important, but they are applied with consideration for all things. So for the members, just remember that you only see the tip of the iceberg with a lot of the way that BNI runs. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So make sure you reach out to the membership committee and to your leadership team and just give them a thumbs up and give them a thank you, and just remember how the group all runs. That's me.
Thanks, Amanda. Really great and detailed session today, and also lines nicely with our positive attitude core value as well. So yes, thank you. Fantastic work.